Hello there, Grateful Gang. It's Lauren Blanchard Zaleski here. Welcome to Gratefully Living the Chronic Life. I come to you every Thursday night at this time live. For those of you that are joining for the first time, welcome. Each week I come with various topics pertaining to living our best lives with gratitude, intention, and just trying to figure out how to live our most joyful and wholehearted lives the best way we can despite life's struggles. So I usually have a different topic each week and some amazing guests. And I have some really, really fun, exciting guests tonight that I cannot wait to introduce you to. They are coming from very far from around the world. I've had people from the UK before, but these two definitely top. Well, one's from the UK, the other one is from even further than that. So thank you for joining us. They're from Mini Meds, and they're going to talk to us about their YouTube channel and other things they're doing. They offer short 5-minute meditations, and I'm total geek fangirl. So happy to have them here with me. Before we get started, a couple housekeeping rules. If you're watching from inside the group, and my group on Facebook, if you're not a member, is Attitude of Gratitude with Chronic Pain. And if you're not a member, we would love to have you become a member. If you're watching this from inside the group, if you haven't given StreamYard permission to use your name and photo and you want to comment, it's going to come up on my end saying Facebook user if I put your comment on the screen, which isn't a big deal. It's fine. But if you want your name and your photo to show up, you need to either grant them permission, or you can watch either on my YouTube channel, which is Attitude of Gratitude with Chronic Pain, or you can also watch on my website. You can watch as well, gratitudeaddict.com. So if you consistently have trouble with getting that to work for you, maybe you want to give that a shot. A couple things. Arlene Hildred is running our Happy Mail Challenge with Linda Edwards. If you're in the group, Happy Mail is a challenge we do about 2-3 times a year, and it's people signing up to send each other snail mail the good old-fashioned way. So Arlene asked me to remind everybody that tomorrow is the cutoff to sign up if you're interested in doing that. If you're in the group, you can find information on that in the pinned post at the announcements at the top. Let's see, I've already screwed up my screen. I just told these ladies I screw something up every episode. What else we got? So Happy Mail. Oh, gifts. So I've been a little bit busy as usual. I've had a very full plate full of all sorts of good things. If you want a prize from World Gratitude Day on September 21st from this program and have not yet received it, it is coming. Most of it's probably my fault if it hasn't gotten to you yet, but it is coming. We have not forgotten about you. So thank you for being patient when it comes to that. I keep forgetting to announce this. Fridays now, tomorrow, if you're a member of Attitude of Gratitude with Chronic Pain, we've just started something new called a Gratitude Circle. It's 15 minutes long on Fridays, and it goes from 12 to 12:15 noon Eastern Standard Time on Zoom, and you can find information under our group events in the group. It is absolutely wonderful. You know, a couple months ago, I had on Dr. Fuchsia Sirwa, who's a gratitude researcher from the University of Sheffield in the UK, and she shared here on our episode that sharing gratitude out loud with others makes our gratitude much more powerful. So while we do share our daily gratitude in writing in the group, we thought we'll offer this 15-minute time period. It's not a discussion. You log in, you can participate or not. It's to the background of some really beautiful, relaxing music, and people will throw out their gratitude, or you can sit there and soak it up. This will be, I think, week 3 or 4, and it's really wonderful. So I highly encourage you to join our gratitude circle. And finally, before I get these ladies on, I'm dying to get them on. Let me tell you who's coming up. We've got so many great guests coming up. Not as good as tonight's guests, mind you, but they're pretty good. So next week, Linda Graham is coming on. She is a resilience researcher and has written several books. She's going to be talking about gratitude leading to resilience. And so that is next week, October 28th. And she's going to be giving away a autographed copy of her book here, Resilience. What do we have after that? Let's see. And then we're into November, which here in the U.S. is the month of gratitude because it's Thanksgiving. got all sorts of gratitude stuff coming up. Oh, the week after, Dr. Farhana Sadek is coming on. She calls herself Dr. Gratitude. She and another one of her MD friends have just launched an app called a Gratitube with a B, Gratitube app that you can get only on Apple devices. And it's a way for you to record yourself saying your gratitudes on your iPhone and watching it back, which you also adds to the power of it. This is the app if you'd like to download it. Excited to have her on. And then the next week, I just booked this one the other day. Gina Hamaday is going to be on. She's the author of this wonderful, wonderful book called I Want to Thank You, a year of writing thank you notes. She wrote thank you notes to different people in her life every day for the entire year. And it's a beautiful book. So she's going to be coming on. Let's see, I got those three. And then the following week, Dr. Fuchsia Sirwa is coming back on. This time she's going to be talking about her research with people with chronic pain, with procrastination and perfectionism, and gratitude, of course. So that's going to be fascinating. December 2nd, Gabby Siegel is going to be coming on talking about gratitude and the healing powers of music. She's a BFF of Lacey Mucklow, who was on talking about gratitude and art a couple months ago. December 9th, Dr. Kathy Zhang, who's the host of the podcast The Purpose Filter, is going to be coming on talking about gratitude and our life's purpose. Just today, I spoke with Georgian Benta, who is the host of the Gratitude podcast. He's going to be coming on for a taped episode in November to celebrate our Gratitude Month. And I just spoke to Mary Beth Salmons, who is the author of a little bit of an older book called Living Life as a Thank You. She's going to be coming on and joining us as well. So lots of great stuff coming up, but let's just get to tonight because I am so excited to have these ladies on. As I said, I am a fangirl and I like to think that I discovered them, even though it's not really true, but I like to say that I did. Here they are. Hey, ladies.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for having us.
Let me get rid of this.
Yeah, we're excited. Thank you.
So Iris is joining us from Austria.
Yeah.
And Susie's from the UK.
Yeah.
And I asked them if they wanted to switch the time, and they're like, "Oh no, we're up late anyway." But oddly enough, you guys look more awake than I am. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's a thrill having you here.
Thank you so much for having us. We're so excited to be here.
I noticed, Susie, on your Instagram account, you were advertising tonight, and you said, "I'm going to be on like an American broadcast," and I'm like, "Those crazy Americans! Who knows what they're going to say?"
It was hard to explain the time because most people over here now are in bed, so they'll have to catch it tomorrow, I think. So, and it's a different date. It's like 2 different dates.
This is one of my oldest gratitude T-shirts, but I wore it just for you guys tonight. Inhale, love, exhale.
Oh, no,
I love it.
I love that. That's cool.
So I want to let you guys talk, but let me just tell you guys my brief history. So everybody that watches knows that I stalk all of my guests. That's how I find them. And every day in Attitude of Gratitude with Chronic Pain at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I post something that I call it a breath break. And that's really just to get around the scary word of meditation for people that kind of shy away from that. And I like to post videos that very short breathing exercises. And they're not easy to find at all. And I just figured out, before we came on back in May, I discovered your beautiful channel, Mini Meds, on YouTube. And every single one of their videos is 5 minutes or less. And then if you guys have ever done any of their breath breaks, and I sure hope you have, Suzanne here is the woman behind the voice. She's the voice of butter. So thank you for joining us. Let's just see. We've got some comments here before we get started. Linda's here. Hello. Gail's here. Hey, Gail.
Hi, Gail. Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Julie Boyer is here.
Hi, Julie.
Thank you for being here.
Hi.
Hi. Seaton is it says Elizabeth, her real name Seaton. She's a fan. She was excited when she heard you guys were going to be on. So
cool. Hi, Elizabeth.
I know I know your story, but I want to hear from you guys. How do you know each other? First of all, I love this part of the story.
Suzanne, do you want to say?
Well, you're in the UK,
we're both waiting for each other.
You're in Austria, but you met in America, right?
Yeah. So we both play tennis, basically, and so that's what brought us to America. We both got tennis scholarships to High Point University in North Carolina.
I didn't know that's where you went. High Point's beautiful.
Oh, do you know it? Okay. Yeah. We loved it. We absolutely loved it. So yeah, I mean, we kind of just clicked straight away, didn't we, Iris?
Yeah, and we studied together. We always got the same courses together. So yeah, we spend a lot of time with each other, I would say, right?
Everything. Like our daily life was basically classes in the morning, and then we had tennis practice every afternoon. And then we popped to Starbucks or the coffee shop on campus and
sometimes
open our books and pretend we were studying.
That is a beautiful campus. Like you can never make High Point University your first college stop because you can't see any other school after that. It's just too beautiful.
Right? It's a beautiful campus. It's got it's a perfect place to meditate. Actually, it's got lots of water. It's like water everywhere.
That's true, definitely.
Yeah. So and we, even when we were at university, I feel like we were always saying, "Oh, we want to do something together in the future." And we knew then that we'd be going back to different countries, and after spending we both did our masters over there as well. So we spent 4 or 5 years together. We moved to DC, didn't we? Stayed there for 6 months you were there a bit longer, 6 months to a year. We were both working there, and then we went back home, and we're like, okay, we've lived in each other's pockets for 5 years, and for us it's so nice to kind of have this together now again.
So you're originally from the UK, Susie, and Iris, you're originally from Austria, so you had just come here for college, and then you went back to your home.
We went back.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Was meditation a part of your life back then in college?
Iris? Well, we actually did meditate sometimes, both of us, but it was, I think at that time it was more me. I was really involved in that because it really helped me with sports and my general health. I just felt really good, and especially the short meditations I really liked because at that time especially my attention span was not really good, so I really appreciated the short meditations. So it was always a part of my life. My mom brought me a little bit into it as well, so my mom is really I do a lot with her as well, so that helps in the family. So
do you find that meditating would you say it's more widely accepted where you are in the UK and Austria than it is here in America, or is it about the same?
I would say about the same, Lauren. I wouldn't.
I know it seems like since the pandemic, especially, a lot of places have gratitude has really blown up.
Yeah.
But also it seems like more people are tuning themselves into mindfulness because, we're all looking for ways to kind of heal emotionally. I didn't mean to do the crazy sign. That was awful. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to point in my head, not do this.
You were pointing at the head. It's all about the head.
No. No, but I think, you're right. I think people started like meditating or doing like yoga classes, a lot of things online as well. I think it helped them just to like be busy during the day or like to do something for themselves, because when you're locked in, you just like, you don't have like, you can't go outside and meet friends and stuff. So I think that's what they, I did the same. Yeah.
It's kind of it's so nice because obviously meditation is gradually getting more popular as well over the past few years, especially. And I think the mind is something that has always been a little bit forgotten in the past. Everybody's worked on, they'll go to the gym and they'll kind of work on their muscles, and they'll work on this, and they'll eat healthy for their stomach and but the mind has always been a little bit forgotten. So it's so nice that now people are really taking care of their mind now as well, because at the end of the day, we have to work on that daily too. Because that's such a powerful tool, is our mind.
It is. I was telling you guys before we came on the air, like talking about, when I first started the group, and we really were gearing the group towards people with chronic physical pain, but at the end of the day, the group we can't solve our chronic physical pain, can't even really solve the chronic emotional pain that goes along with it, but there are things we do have control over, right? That help us along. And of course, physical as well with, doctors and all of that. But, gratitude has been, as you guys know, a big life changer for me. When I went to this chronic pain rehab that I told you both about, meditation was a big part of it. And it was the thing that I didn't want anything to do with. To me, it seemed like a waste of time. I couldn't get it. And I want to talk to you guys about this too. Everybody's feeling of, you many people beat themselves up because your mind wanders and things like that. So I just really didn't want anything to do with it, but it seems like it's really much more now. People are getting more into the mainstream with people like John Kabat-Zinn, of course, talking about mindfulness and all that. But you're right. We tend to work on our physical bodies a lot, not necessarily the emotional.
Yeah. And that it's the brain is still a physical part of our body. So it's weird that it's not always seen like that. It's strange. Yeah.
Right.
It needs to be connected, kind of, that body and mind, that it's a whole, we are a whole as a whole.
Yeah, right. The mind, body, spirit, for sure. And that's why, every day without fail at that 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I like to post the breath break. And I don't know how popular it is, but honestly, I would love for everybody to do it. I'm always putting it out there because you never know, may take that one time where people are going to be like, gosh, that was only 5 minutes. And that's why I love you guys so much, because you offer, not only are they short and 5 minutes, but again, Susie's voice, and your topics. Today we ran a gratitude one in the group specifically for tonight, and we're going to be treated to, at the end of the episode, they're going to treat us to one of their custom made for us meditations as well. But each week, like you did one on grief recently, right? And letting go. Am I remembering right? You did something about like fearing air travel or something like that.
Yeah, I did that for Suzanne. It's funny, isn't it? Because I got inspired by my mentor one time. She did a meditation about flight anxiety, and I knew Suzanne was really struggling with flying. She doesn't like to fly by herself. And then we did the 5-minute one on flight anxiety. That was to help you as well, Suzanne.
No, I said to Iris, I really want, because there's so many people that fear flying, and myself included. And I know just, how much pressure my body goes under if I know I've got a flight coming up. It's not just on the day, but I gear myself up the whole week thinking, okay, I've got a flight on this day. I've got a flight on the, how many more days until I fly. And it's so unhealthy for my mind. But it's so hard to kind of get out.
It's hard on your body too, then, right?
Exactly.
Stress, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's come later in life. I used to be fine when I was flying off to uni.
Really?
Yeah, it's come later in life. I don't know why really, but I just thought I want to get over that myself. So Iris kindly created one that has helped me, and I actually use it, and now I hope other people use it too.
Yeah,
I told you guys I kicked myself.
Hi, Lauren, you're back.
I paused when I was talking then because I was like, Lauren's disappeared, but maybe that's something that she's doing. Back eventually.
Well, I want to hear all about how you pick your topics and stuff. So how did you so you both went back to your homes. How did you come up with this idea to do these mini meditations, come up with your own channel and to keep them all short? I was telling you, some channels will offer a few short ones, but you're all 5-6 minutes, which I really appreciate.
Well, the idea was I always had this dream to put out the meditations I like to use or that support me, and I wanted to put them out for other people to support them. And as I told you, Lauren, I really liked to keep them very short. And my meditation teacher got me so many inspirations as well. So a lot of the meditations on our channel, they are inspired by her or my friends and my colleagues I meditate with. So that's really nice that they are always sharing their meditation ideas with us as well. But my focus was always on short meditations because I just myself like the short meditations a lot, because I can always like put them in during the day, even on a lunch break you can do a short meditation,
Right.
or when you're like when you get up in the morning and you don't have time, because in the morning everybody has to go to work and nobody has a lot of people don't have that much time. So I thought like those like 5 minutes people can maybe take, for themselves. And that was the idea behind it. Yeah. But then when I tried to like do them, I found it so clumsy. Honestly, I didn't like my voice at all. And so I did not, I was not going to proceed with the project until I actually listened to one of Suzanne's voiceover projects one time. And my husband was with me at that time, and he said, "Oh my God, who's that?" And I was like, Suzanne. And he's like, "Oh my God, she would be so cool for your meditations." I basically text Suzanne immediately, because at that time, I think, Suzanne, you were still asleep. It was like early in the morning.
I'm not a morning person.
No, you're not, I don't think. But we spoke that evening, remember, when I called you up, and that evening we created, it was like, I think it was March 2021, we created Minimeds. That was quite
2020.
2020.
It was, it was right at the beginning of the pandemic.
Actually, right around the time I started this broadcast. I think I started April.
Yeah,
really? I guess it's when a lot of people started their channels, I suppose, during the pandemic and all that. When you have a friend with a voice like that, it's like anybody else's voice just can't compare. But to me, it's a really big part of it. I like to put short stuff out so people want to do it. For me, I would love to be able to sit down and do 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I'm more apt to do it daily if it's short. I can fit it more into my schedule. Maybe I need to make more of a commitment, but I know me, and I know it's, I'm more apt to do it with short.
No, I agree. And I think that's, for me as well, I'm exactly the same. I think we all try we all need more hours in the day. Whatever we do, we just, so many people are very busy, even if they're at home, they're busy doing things at home, or they're out and about, or they're driving, and we can find 5 minutes in the day. I don't think anybody has the excuse that they can't find 5 minutes in the day. But now 20 minutes can be just off-putting. People can actually not do anything.
Right. I mean, if people have been doing it for a while, it's a big practice and all that. I've done it, and it's lovely, for sure. But it's a commitment, and getting in the zone. I mean, even 5 minutes can be a commitment, but at least I think for me, at least I know I'm more up to do it. And I know, I used to run a face-to-face meeting for a group for people that lived with chronic pain. And I would try to do meditation in the beginning. I think I was telling you guys the first time we met, and I think I was trying to do 15-minute recorded, not me, but recorded. And people, they can't sit still for various reasons, and so I'm like, if we keep it 5 minutes or under, thereabouts, at least I know, whether or not they do it is one thing, but I know, I mean, I see you've got some comments here from people. Love your work.
Oh, thanks so much.
Thank you.
I love gratitude meditation. Life-changing for
thank
sure.
You, Julie.
Julie has a podcast.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Wake up with gratitude. Cool. Yep.
And touching on what you asked Iris earlier about where it came from for her. So Iris probably inspired me into meditation from the uni days. I wasn't really aware of it, and I always remember, even because you were always into kind of your you're like, what do you call them? I remember you bringing like herbal tablets and things. Oh, this will be good for this, and this is. So you were always quite earthy, always
the oils and stuff,
essential oils and stuff.
And she'd bring things. Oh, try this, and her mum would be sending her things, and So that's where I was kind of opened up to that world through Iris, I guess. And then obviously when you went home back to Austria and you were working you'd always done your meditation certified in, I mean, Iris is certified in meditation now for 10 years or more. It's 10 years or more now, Iris.
It's around 9 years.
Yeah. But she was working a very hectic life in business. And, you know, I remember sometimes I'd be going to bed and I'd text her and she was just getting up and it was like 3-4 in the morning, and then she's on the road and having to travel around Vienna and, or, you know, different certain shops of the company that she was working for, and then getting home really late at night. And that was day in, day out for her. And I think that really affected you, didn't it? Mentally and physically. And I think through that, she was finding, okay, if she can do 5 minutes of meditation in the day, it just helped her kind of motivate and get her through that day.
And another thing I love about your meditations is that they don't feel rushed ever. They like you have them planned so well. I feel like in that span of 5-6 minutes, like you've got it doesn't feel scripted, even though I'm sure it is, but it feels like I've got a good beginning, middle, and ease down. It feels, you know, really well put together to me.
Yeah. It's sometimes it's for Iris and Dave. Dave is Iris's partner, a husband. I say husband.
It's okay, don't worry.
You know, Dave's very good at kind of taking Iris's idea and putting it. Thank you. I don't know who
your voice is getting defended, Iris.
That's so nice. Thank you.
You do. Yeah, I know. She's hard on herself.
No, I'm not. Suzanne, you're super. Honestly, I love that.
It is.
Yeah. But
yeah,
Lauren,
you're so good in making them. Sometimes it's harder to make them 5 minutes than longer because you have to remove things.
I bet.
But you guys are very good in doing that.
Lauren, I give my husband Dave a tough time sometimes because my drafts are sometimes a little bit all over the place, and then he has to help me to put it together. But actually, Suzanne can actually work with it. He's doing a good job. Yeah, like putting things together.
How do you come up with your topics? They're not. I mean, you've got a lot of what a lot of people do, like gratitude and all of that, but you definitely have some real thinking outside the box ones, like grief or the flight travel. Like you've really got some beautiful topics that you come up with. How do you come up with them?
Well, I honestly got inspired, or like my mentor, Professor Margarita Sinterhoff. She inspires me with a lot of meditations, and she knows that I'm using her ideas and stuff as well. So I bring them in, but also like sometimes Lauren, I just like sit in the car and I come up with a funny idea and I put it into a meditation. It's like sometimes it comes to me, or sometimes I pick up on topics that are quite important, or I see as quite important, or like the grief one was just like very like personal for me as well, because you can always need that, because when you're in such a place where you've lost something or you've lost somebody, you can take it for anything. It can work as well with 5 minutes. You know, I thought maybe we can create something like that as well with 5 minutes. And the flight one.
I'm sorry. Finish.
Yeah. That's fine. No, don't worry, Lauren.
I was just going to say, even if you haven't lost somebody recently, you can think back to somebody you lost once, or even loss of abilities. You know, people that live with chronic pain and illness, we often lose abilities. We will lose occupations that perhaps we once had. Everybody during the pandemic lost something. You know, it's constantly having to adjust our lives, isn't it? And trying to keep ourselves, serene in the process. So you're right. There's a whole lot of different ways you can look at grief.
Yeah, that's so true. It's a loss of anything really that you're struggling with. It's so true. And I remember, Iris, you coming up with the fireflies the body. I can't remember which meditation it's in now. Which meditation is that?
Peace and healing.
Peace and healing. And you were like, do you think I can use fireflies like going through the body? And I was like, yeah, I love that.
Like Dave said, oh my God, you can't do that. Can you imagine if people like feel like
feel like they've got creepy crawlies going through their body?
I like fireflies.
It all just works. And I know I say this to you guys all the time, but I really, when I found your channel, I'm like, I've hit the lottery. It's because it really checks off everything for me. They're short, they're beautiful. Your voice is a big deal for me. When I do a meditation, there's wonderful meditations out there, but if the voice doesn't work for me, I just have a hard time getting in the moment. For sure.
And I think also something you mentioned before, Lauren, about how people think, if their mind is wandering, and me and Iris were talking about this yesterday or the day before. If their mind is wandering, it's not working, this isn't working for me, it's totally normal. Our minds do wander, and during meditation as well, they are going to wander, and things are going to pop in, and and that's okay. It doesn't mean we're failing or we're doing it wrong, or we can't help but think things, and we just have to allow that and just let it pass. And
I think I forget if it's John Kabat-Zinn or Vidyamala Birch, but she said to try to think of them as like clouds floating by. Like you see the thought, you wave to the thought, you entertain the thought, and then you just let it go. But a lot of us, I know I used to do this too, is I would just be frustrated with myself, and I'm like, I'm not going to get this anyway, so why bother? Right. And that's not the right
exactly way. Yeah, it's a very common thought, I think, when it comes to meditation.
I think we talked about this before as well, actually, about like, that your mind sometimes drifts off, but that's okay, and you have like good days, and you have days where you can't focus so good, like we are all humans, I think. And for me, exactly the same thing. And I was talking to Suzanne about it. I even fall asleep sometimes when I meditate, because when I'm really tired, this really happens. And why not? And I have no problem saying that. I can relax.
Because another thing in meditation, people that have insomnia or people that struggle to sleep, it's great for that as well.
That's a good segue. What are some of the health benefits to meditation? You said insomnia, but obviously in a lot of the mental things that we were talking about, but there's all sorts of like real legitimate studies on meditation, aren't there?
Yeah, definitely. Even the breathing, just the way that we breathe can have so many different health benefits. And, just the pattern of breathing. Sometimes when we're a bit anxious or we get short of breath, and then we don't realize what that's doing to our body. We're not getting the oxygen into our body, and that works its way through the brain. And, it can have a whole load of side effects then. Whereas if we learning how to breathe, which we do in meditation as well, and you call them breath breaks, that's what they are. They're the breathing is a massive part of it, isn't it?
Yes.
I love those comments. Thank you, Karen.
See, this is
that's so nice.
Such a lovely group. I
like
being able to put up comments. I like the audience to feel a part of the episode, because they're a very big part of the episode. I mean, somebody's got to be here when I kick myself off the air, right? We've got to have some people on there.
It's nice.
So even when I'm not stressed out, even just sitting here working every day, and I love the work I do, but I find myself, unless I'm being intentional, I'm not doing deep breaths. They're very shallow breaths, right?
Yeah.
When I catch myself, I will, but I don't catch myself that often.
No, I agree. We're not really, we breathe just without thinking. We're never really conscious of our breathing. So it's meditation brings you to be aware of the breath, doesn't it? Which is really important.
It does. I know it has helped me so much with focus in general. And I'm not talking like, for me, I think in the beginning I was expecting like, all right, I'm going to meditate today. Why is it not working? It really is like gratitude, isn't it? It requires a consistent practice. Yes. Am I right about that? You really kind of need to be consistent with it to some degree.
But Lauren, I like the way you call it breath breaks, because as you said, it's like it shortens it down, and it's like a break for myself. Like I take a breath for myself, I take a break for myself. It's kind of that's a nice package, you know. And even if you do like one deep breath in and out, you can already unwind. It's so effective. It doesn't have to be like long. It's just sometimes you only need one deep breath.
I know,
especially when you're stressed.
You've seen those. I'm sure you've seen. I put in the days I'm not airing you guys. I'll put in these breath bubbles. I call them. They just like breathe in, breathe out, and they're so silly, but they help.
They're amazing.
They really help. They really help. And anybody that does unfortunately gets panic attacks or any anxiety attacks, so the breathing is a massive thing to. I mean, I occasionally get the odd panic attack sometimes, and I really then try to focus on my breath. So,
and I always think the more simple they are, then the better. Because you can't, especially when you're in a really big stress, you can't deal with long, guided meditations. Maybe you just it's just enough if you have the breathing, the breathing pattern, the breathing rhythm.
Because you still got to concentrate when you're going through something like that.
Channel so this is your YouTube channel. You can find them. I'll put the address up. I think when I found you guys, since I discovered you and everything, I think you had maybe 200-300 members. You're up to almost 800. It looks like now. And then they also have a Facebook page and Instagram page as well. Can you see that? No, hang on. We'll get that up there. I'll get the addresses up for you guys, but it's a beautiful page. And as you can see, the production value, your images, everything are absolutely beautiful. And you get a lot of views. Do you find that people are finding you, kind of by accident? Or are they searching for short meditations? Do you know?
Well, I think most of our views are coming from America now, which is amazing. I mean, when we started, we were like, oh, if we can help one person, that will mean the world to us, But to now have, like you said, between 700 and 800 subscribers, it really means so much to us, because it means that we are hopefully helping people, and that was the whole reason for doing this, wasn't it, Iris?
Yeah, definitely.
You are, and there's obviously a market for.
We did notice, we did notice in the summer, people were not so much into meditating. I think they were outside enjoying themselves. And I feel like now they're picking up again focus now more on meditating again. Do you think, Suzanne,
probably,
now
right,
actually, a little bit? So.
When, especially, in the UK now, we get a lot of rain. When it comes to winter and the dark nights, and it's like people probably are cozy inside with the fires on, and they think, oh, let's meditate and let's imagine we're warm.
So what is your process? So Iris, you write them, and you're certified, you're educated in meditation, aren't you?
Yeah, I write them. Lauren, I have to say, I write my draft.
Okay.
And then
you brainstorm the ideas, don't you, basically? And
I write my draft and my ideas and stuff, and then so I need the help of my husband, of Dave, sometimes to put them into a nice order. So give him a little bit of a hard time sometimes to really make them 5 minutes, and kind of put my ideas maybe in another meditation, because otherwise they're too long. Because we really try to focus on 5 minutes, and so
you guys always want to do 5 minutes. Was that going to be your niche, or did it just kind of start off that way? You want to start.
Kind of, but we have done longer ones as well, and a little bit shorter as well with Suzanne. The beach stroll is a little bit longer. So we have done we just wanted to see how people like a little bit longer ones or shorter ones, or even affirmations, So, yeah.
So you write them, then Dave goes through his edit, and then you
they get passed to it,
Suzanne, and
then so then it gets passed to me. I'll do like a rough reading of it, so they can hear it as a rough reading, and then they might change some little bits, or they might think, okay, now we've heard it out loud, we don't like this part, we want to change it to this. So it gets edited a bit, and then so I record it then professionally, and then so my partner is he's from a filmmaking background, so he can edit, so it's like a perfect team.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
he does such an amazing job as well. He's like, Suzanne, he's doing so well, and he's always like so busy and always makes time for mini-meds. That's amazing that he can do that.
I just think it's a really lovely kind of partnership of us two and you and Dave. You know, it works really well. We all bring a different skill to it, which is very lucky, actually, how that's worked out. So
I think it's also meant to be. I think sometimes things are just meant to be, and they all fall into place.
I totally agree.
It's so much, Lauren, it's so much more fun if we like when you work together as friends, and we have like a group, and we not always talk about the meditations. So it's like we are like friends as well. Yeah, we have a WhatsApp group as well,
and even the pictures as well. You know, you're always on the lookout of what picture can we use, or because they're all original pictures.
Are they really?
Yeah. So they're all original pictures that most of them you and Dave have taken them. I'm not very good at photography.
So you take those pictures?
Sorry?
You and Dave,
take those pictures?
Yeah, like we take most of them, but also Manos, like Suzanne's partner, he like he does the little videos, for example. They are so nice for the affirmations, and he also like gives us some pictures sometimes, and we use his pictures as well. But this, for example, is like my grandma's dog.
Yes.
So he had to be a model. That was our first meditation. I was like, you better model nice. Lie down and like smile.
The dog was on the very first meditation.
Yeah, that was
Well, you got to get the priorities straight. The dog definitely.
The mini lucky charm for us.
So what are, I mean, obviously I know the benefits that I've gotten out of meditation, doing short meditations. I'm sure I know the answer to this question, but for everybody that's watching, can you get the same benefits as you can a 5-minute meditation versus a 20-minute meditation?
Well, you definitely get the benefits, like even when you do a 5-minute meditation, even 1 minute, because you're taking the time out for yourself, and you like be present in this moment, and you make an effort for yourself, like your self-awareness, for example. And this is like, even so 5 minutes can actually help you even to boost your energy, or like to get in a good mood and to get a clear mindset. So 5 minutes are absolutely fine if you can use that, especially every day. So sometimes it's nice to do like 5 minutes maybe every day or every other day, than doing like 20 minutes or half an hour once a month, So it's like, if you have a regular pattern, that would be really good, even when it's shorter.
And then how do you, of course, I have to ask this question. I think everything you guys are talking about with mindfulness, I also apply to gratitude, of course. And I feel like gratitude and mindfulness, or gratitude and meditation, really go hand in hand, because you can't really be thinking in the future so much. If you're in like a true state of gratitude, right, you kind of have to be present. And I know you guys, you've done several gratitude meditations. How do you feel that they relate, gratitude and meditation, or how is it played into your channel? Or I think you've done some appreciation and thanks, so you've done quite a few, right?
Well, I think in life, just human nature, we always dwell on negatives more easily, and negatives last with us longer. We can have a happy thought, and it can just be taken away very quickly, or happiness seems to be much more short-lived. So I think if we keep reminding ourselves what we do have that's good, or what we can be thankful for, what we are blessed with, I think that then transfers to the way that we feel. And like you were saying earlier, Iris, that then has a positive effect on the people that are around you too.
It does. That's a good point.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that when Iris said it earlier. Like I stole that one from her.
They're both contagious too, aren't they? When I'm meditating and practicing mindfulness, my family can tell because I have more focus. I just have I feel lighter, I guess. And gratitude does the same thing for me.
Yes, yeah. I think it can just change your day as well. I think you can wake up in the morning and maybe you're not feeling great, and you know you've had a bit of stress the day before, or you've had bad sleep or something like that, and you're setting your day then with a negative attitude. And you could just listen to a 5-minute meditation, just a certain even a phrase in that meditation or a sentence or the music or anything can just lift you, and you can come out of that meditation with a completely different mindset. And that's happened to me so many times, even when Iris and Dave send me a new one and I just read them the practice read through. So many times at the end of it I'm like, wow, I actually feel so much better now. And I've just done a read through, like a rough read through of their meditation. And it still surprises me every time it happens.
See, your own voice even relaxes you.
I try to ignore that.
If I had your voice, I'd relax myself too.
But no, not even just listening to it, even reading it, which surprises me too. Sometimes when I'm just reading it, I'm like, oh, I feel really calm afterwards now.
So you're a great team between the words that are written on the paper, and then the words, your delivery, and the whole package just works so great. I want to do our meditation because you're going to treat us, but you mentioned something that I want to make sure I told everybody. You've got a couple sleep meditations as well, which I haven't put. I don't think I've put any in the group yet, but you've got some that are good for people that to ease them off to sleep, or maybe not ease them off, but at least get you ready for bed, right? Some evening meditations on the channel. Yeah. So for those of you that may have sleep issues, and I know that's so many.
So many people. I mean, I'm sure that some people have had sleep. I'm sure everybody is at some point in their life had some kind of sleep issues.
Yep. Yeah. And there's nothing. Well, I shouldn't say there's nothing worse. There's lots worse, but it's not fun not having.
Very frustrating.
Let's say this one last comment, and then we'll do our meditation. Gail Turpin says, the study of metaphysics has always been fascinating to me for many years now. How you come up with these short mindful meditations is truly wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. The longer exhales, the relaxing.
That's true.
All right. So you're going to gift us with a meditation now, right? So,
okay. So everybody get yourself comfortable. I will begin.
Alarm. That would be.
I will begin when you're ready.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to this short, live guided meditation. Gratitude for the AOG community. 5 minutes to bring to light those things in life that you're grateful for. Before we begin, please settle yourself into a place of comfort, either sitting or laying, with your palms facing up. And when you're ready, allow your eyes to softly close. Begin by simply resting your mind on the breath within you. Follow its flow throughout your body, noticing where you feel it, how it feels, becoming more comfortable with every breath. It's perfectly normal if your mind begins to wander at any point. It's great to be aware of that and to just lovingly call yourself back to the breath once again. Begin to notice your hands, the way they lie, palms facing to the sky. And now, take a moment to bring to light 2 things that you're thankful for. 2 things that you're grateful for today. It can be the simplest of thoughts, simple pleasures, anything that naturally rises to the surface in this present moment. Now bring your focus back to the palms of your hands and picture these 2 thankful thoughts that have come to mind. One in your right hand, one in your left hand. 2 thoughts today that you're grateful for. And softly place your hands upon your heart. Feel them connect. And allow these thoughts to enter your heart. To allow for the feeling of appreciation and thanks. To express your gratitude. Enjoy a loving moment here for this feeling to circulate around your body, flowing through your veins. Every day we can all be thankful for so many things. We all have different thoughts that make us smile, reasons to feel lucky. Just cherish your 2 thoughts in this moment. Feel blessed in this moment. And feel the gratitude throughout your entire body. And slowly now, start to ease your attention back to the surroundings around you, to your contact points with the seat or floor. And when you feel ready, open your eyes with gratitude. Thank you so much for meditating with us this evening. So this meditation can, or a variation of this one, can be found on our YouTube channel. And we would love you to visit and experience the other videos that we have there. Thank you.
I'm crying.
Oh.
That was beautiful. So beautiful, so powerful. Thank you.
And that's interesting that that's brought that reaction, because that's also a reaction that that happens, and it happens to me sometimes when I read them. I remember one that Iris and Dave sent me, the share a hug one, and I remember afterwards I was just bawling.
I don't think that's ever happened to me before.
Oh, how interesting.
That was so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
What a gift. In Hinduism and Buddhism, we do mini gratitude meditation before and after the main part of meditation. Oh, that's interesting. I'm so glad and admire your spiritual lifestyle. Thank you so much for your nice energy.
Thank you for your words. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're so like pleased, and we're so grateful to be part of your group as well, Lauren. Thank you.
I'm not amazing.
Thank you.
Tried to.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's such a beautiful community. This community. We're so thankful to be involved.
Yeah,
I'm so grateful to have you guys be a part of it, and that we came across you. You know, anything to get people more in touch with their spirituality, like Siva was saying, and all that. But you really both have such a gift to offer the world. Where are you hoping to take this in the future? Do you have any ideas? Are you living mindfully in the moment?
Kind of.
We do actually.
I love the way that you said that, because we are living mindfully.
That's so beautiful. Yeah.
I think. I mean, I think I mentioned briefly before that when we started, it was about helping people. Well, it was Iris's idea, so Iris has to take the credit for this. But just
no, you do as well. Suzanne, you're amazing. You do too.
I know that is what I want as well, and that's why I jumped at the opportunity to do this with Iris. It's a similar thing, just like what you're doing, Lauren. What you're doing is amazing as well. It's helping people, and so if we can all do that bit in the world that can help other people, it just makes a more beautiful world.
You're right. Thankful to have been here to share the meditation. I agree. I'm going to have to try to actually figure out some techno stuff so I can take the section of that meditation and use it as one of our breath breaks. Or did you say you recorded? Do you have this one recorded already, or is this
a variation of it? Yes.
I'm going to see. I'm sure I can figure out how to take that piece. That's a favorite. That really is in our hands and just beautiful. Just beautiful. Thank you. And for those of you that haven't taken part in their meditations before, this is what they're all like. They're just wonderful meditations. So I encourage you all to visit Mini Meds on YouTube, and I'll put up the addresses.
Thank you.
One more time, and I'll have all the addresses in the after show as well. But they're on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And
Thank you.
Let's see, we have one more comment. Oh, this is my dad. All three of you were.
Thank you. So great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh.
Thank you for your beautiful words. Your voice is mesmerizing. Loving this, such positive and loving energy.
Thank you.
What would be one final word you could, if for people that aren't typically people who take part in breath breaks meditations, what would be, what would you recommend for people that they just get started with short meditations, a couple days a week? What would you say? What would you leave everybody with?
I would just say everybody can meditate. Everybody can do this.
Yeah.
This is,
if there's a chance of something in life that is going to be something positive for you, and it's only going to take 5 minutes, do it.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm telling you guys, it makes a difference, a big, big difference in so many aspects of your life that you would not expect. Take it from me, the person who did not want to meditate at rehab, and Dr. Bruce Singer would attest to that. I did not want to meditate. Just a couple minutes is really all it takes. So Iris and Suzanne, thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys can come back on sometime.
Thank you.
Oh, we would love to. We would love to.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Lauren, for having us, and thank you for having us in your group as well. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you for joining. I was thrilled when you guys joined. It's a pleasure. Please thank Dave and your partner as well for, I know they're the other two behind the team of 4, and keep up the good work. Can't wait to see what you do in the future. It's a real gift having you here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us. Thank you.
And thank you for staying up in the middle of the night.
It's fine. I'll lie in tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye, gang. I'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Peace and love. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.